Hello and welcome to Leeds TV after a bit of a depressing loss, really. I mean, we're expecting it, but the way we finished.
Yeah, we were. Well, you're obviously going to expect it against Wolves, top of the league. Some of the players have gotten well beyond what we've got. I mean, later on in the game, the ring on Afobe and Costa, and it's like both like 10 plus £1 million players, and we've got Vernon Knight playing left back. I mean, it tells its own story. I thought we started all right. Again, frailties at set pieces. They scored for Conor, then they scored for Conor again. The crowd are sort of in that abject atmosphere again, start singing for the sake of it. And we just went through the motions with him. We brought on Pablo at half-time. Why he didn't start, I don't know, because he's obviously a lot better than Hadi Sacco is.
Yeah, I mean, he made a difference, really, didn't
he? Costa did, yeah,
Costa did. You can see why they should be playing together.
It's the two players that make things tick in the team, and you have to play both of them, I think, because we just don't have enough quality otherwise. No. We were getting Barry Douglas down the left with Yotto. They were absolutely ripping us to pieces. And the same down the other side, Anita and Sacco is not a good combination.
Midfield as well, it seems a bit lacklustre as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
There's no sort of fight in there.
No, I think Forshaw is doing his best. He's trying to get hold of the ball and start things going again. He's trying to win it back. I think Phillips, the game is passing him by a bit at the moment. I'd probably have liked to see Vieira tonight if possible. I think he could have added a bit more bite in midfield, but wasn't to be. But yeah, we were dominated in midfield completely.
Well, that's been the story for the last few games, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you looked at the ease at which Wolves ran through our midfield in the first half. It should have been about 5-0. Yeah. The keeper, to his credit, made some fantastic saves. He's probably one of the only people that comes out the game with his head held high. We might solve the goalkeeper crisis, but then there's another crisis in midfield, isn't there? So it's just not enough quality.
It was just the way Wolves were just threading the play as well. It was they looked like a training exercise.
They were well oiled. They had players knowing what they were doing. They were doing triangle passes. I mean, that Douglas was having so much time and space on the left, and some of his balls in were top quality, and we just couldn't even beat the first man. Lasogga had no service. What can you do? I mean,
why is Lasogga playing on his own? He's not that sort of striker.
I think in a game like that, where it's going like that, for me, Heckingbottom should have probably looked at it and thought, just chuck another striker on, because it's not working, is it?
No, I mean, the last couple of games for me as well, do you think Heckingbottom's been tactically wrong?
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because we're in another patch where we're losing games quite easily. And I honestly think, no matter how he changes it, the outcome's not going to be much different. I mean, if you'd have put Christensen in the dugout tonight, it wouldn't look any different, would it?
No,
the game would have unfolded the same way. We just don't have any depth. That's the problem. Who do you bring on? We made 17 odd signings in the summer. I would say three or four worth being on the team sheet.
Are you in that camp that you don't believe that the signings have been good enough and they're not for the future?
I think the other difficulty is that people can say what they want about, or I've had my own sort of say on it. I think his track record isn't great in England, but if you've got a wage cap of 15 grand a week and you've only got so much to spend, what can you do?
I've said previously on here before is that I think they've probably realised they need to change that sort of way of the transfers. But I mean, they said about Forshaw, haven't they? So
every season will unfold the same way unless you change something. You can't just keep changing the manager and expecting it to work, because it won't.
No.
You find the gem like Saïs, but then you've got 5 or 6 other players like Anita at left back. He's not a left back. Stop playing him there.
No.
If you want to play a left back, go and just put Denton in for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the slowest players on the pitch, and he's against one of the fastest
There's nothing
players.
to suggest that he is a natural left back.
No.
You look at Wolves tonight. Every single player in the position was in the right position.
Yeah.
And they had towering centre halves. They had wing backs going forward with pace and good delivery. They had people in the middle creative. They had decent spells up front. It's like,
it was the urgency for me as well. As soon as Wolves, from kick-off, would turn their heads, they were ready for it straight away. But for us, we seem very one-dimensional about going forward.
Yeah, I think Wolves are set for promotion, aren't they? Where I don't know what we're set for, to be honest, mate. I honestly don't know what direction the team's going in. And I think it would be harsh to say it's Heckingbottom isn't up to it, because he hasn't really been here that long. But again, it's another summer of hope, really, isn't it?
I mean, to be honest, in my eyes, I think we're probably 2 or 3 seasons behind where we should be. If we're thinking about playoffs next season, I think we're not even near the playoffs next season either.
No. And I think if the owner thinks we are, then I think that shows his inexperience as a football owner and a football fan, because we're not. It's the season's showing it, and you look at the table tonight, and 5 of the top 6 are teams that should be there. Well, they are, aren't they? Wolves are top. Cardiff, well, apart from Cardiff, Fulham are in there, Borough are in there, Derby are in there, and Villa are in there. All teams with good hefty transfer budgets, have spent well, bought well, and are where they should be. I think we are where we should be as well.
What's your thoughts for the rest of the season then?
Just see it out, mate, I think. Honestly, just see it out. Go to Reading at the weekends. They've had a poor season. If we get beat off them, then you might as well call it a day, right? I mean,
yeah.
No, honestly, I would see it out. I would. Heckingbottom's got a big few months ahead of him, and he needs to sit down with the audience and say, look, if you're serious and I'm serious, then X, Y, and Z need to leave, and we need to bring in better players. So it's one of them, isn't it?
Right. Well, thank you very much, Tom. Thank you.